follow, and subscribe for more clear thinking wisdom.
Alan Watts was the man who brought Eastern philosophy to the West. Buddhism, Taoism, Hinduism, Vedanta. He translated all of it into clear modern language that anyone could understand. No dogma, no mysticism, just pure insight. He wrote more than 25 books on identity, consciousness, Zen, Taoism, and the nature of reality. The Way of Zen became the first Western bestseller on Zen Buddhism. Nature, Man, and Woman, the book he considered his best. Psychotherapy East and West, where he argued that therapy could free people if it dropped the illusion of duality. The Joyous Cosmology, his exploration of psychedelics and consciousness. The New Alchemy, early work on altered states. His voice made him a cultural force. His KPFA Berkeley radio talks built a massive following and shaped the 1960s counterculture. Hundreds of recorded lectures still dominate YouTube today. He even hosted Eastern Wisdom and Modern Life on public television in 1959, decades before spirituality went mainstream. People respected him because he explained non-duality, the idea that the separate ego is an illusion. He connected Eastern wisdom with psychology, ecology, and systems thinking. He taught at the American Academy of Asian Studies, eventually becoming dean. And he refused to preach, calling himself a philosophical entertainer. His life was as unconventional as his ideas. Born in England in 1915, joined the Buddhist Lodge at 15, moved to the U.S., became an Episcopal priest, then left the institution to explore spirituality without walls. He lectured across America through the 60s and 70s, becoming a voice for a generation searching for meaning. He died in 1973, but the internet resurrected him. Today, he's one of the most listened to philosophers on Earth. His ideas on ego, identity, and awareness continue to pull millions out of confusion and into clarity. This is Alan Watts, the bridge between East and West, the man who exposed the illusion of the separate self, the voice that still wakes people up, decades after he's gone.
Subscribe for more clear thinking wisdom.
The trap of becoming somebody. From the moment you were born, the world started training you to become somebody. A name, a resume, a reputation, a brand. You were taught to build an identity like a fortress, something to defend, something to polish, something to fear losing. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The harder you try to become somebody, the further you drift from who you actually are. You chase achievements because you think they'll complete you. You chase approval because you think it will validate you. You chase status because you think it will protect you. But every time you reach the next milestone, the same emptiness returns. Because the identity you're building is a mask, and masks can't feel. Masks can't love. Masks can't rest. They can only perform. And the performance never ends. You become addicted to being seen a certain way. You become terrified of disappointing people. You become a prisoner of your own image. You start living for the audience instead of living for the experience. You forget how to be spontaneous. You forget how to be curious. You forget how to be alive. You become a character in a story you didn't write. But here's the paradox. The moment you stop trying to be somebody, you become impossible to ignore. When you drop the mask, people feel it. When you stop performing, people trust you. When you stop chasing validation, you become magnetic. Because authenticity isn't a strategy, it's a force, and the world is starving for it. You don't need to become somebody. You need to remember that you already are everything you're trying to achieve. You are not a resume. You are not a title. You are not a brand. You are the awareness behind all of it, the silent witness that existed before the world told you who to be. And when you return to that awareness, life stops being a competition and becomes a revelation. You stop striving and start seeing. You stop pretending and start living. And that is the moment you become free. The illusion of control. You think you're steering this thing. You think your plans, your goals, your 5-year roadmap are the engine of your life. But look closer. Every moment you've ever lived was a wave you didn't create. You didn't choose your parents, your culture, your instincts, your fears, your talents. You didn't choose the era you were born into. Yet you cling to this idea that you're the author of the entire story. That's the cosmic joke. The universe is playing itself through you, and you're convinced you're the puppeteer. You don't breathe on purpose. You don't beat your heart on purpose. You don't digest food on purpose. These things happen. And the same force that moves your lungs is the force that moves your life. But the mind hates this. It wants to be the CEO of existence. It wants to believe it's in charge. So it invents the illusion of control, a story that keeps you busy, anxious, grinding, chasing, terrified of letting go. But here's the twist. The moment you stop trying to control everything, life stops resisting you. When you stop forcing outcomes, you start noticing opportunities. When you stop clinging to certainty, you start seeing clearly. When you stop trying to dominate the world, you finally participate in it. You become part of the dance instead of a spectator screaming instructions at the music. Letting go isn't passive. It's not giving up. It's the highest form of intelligence. It's understanding that the river flows whether you fight it or not. And the people who thrive, truly thrive, are the ones who learn to swim with the current instead of punching the water. You don't need more control. You need more awareness. You need more presence. You need to stop gripping life so tightly that you strangle the very thing you're trying to protect. Because the truth is simple. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe, temporarily pretending to be a person. And the moment you understand that, the fear dissolves. The pressure dissolves. The need to force everything dissolves. What's left is clarity. What's left is freedom. What's left is the quiet, unstoppable power of someone who finally understands the game. If you like this video, say so in the comments. It tells the algorithm we're doing something right. This is hindsight investing. I'm doing the research to teach myself. Come learn with me. Like and subscribe to join the journey.